Hannibal ante portas. The cry echoed through the Roman Senate after this devastating victory of Cain in 1216 BC. 2 winters later, the Carthaginian genius appeared at Rome's doorsteps, war elephants rumbling within sights of the walls, and then he paused. Had he struck, the Mediterranean world would have spoken Punic and not Latin. That single heartbeat of hesitation let Rome regroup and in 146 BC return with fire and sword to erase its greatest rival. Yet Carthage refused to stay buried. Reborn under Julius Caesar, its glitter as African's crown, its Punic soul beating beneath the fresh Roman marble. And now, we are here, exploring this very place that shaped his world. We'll piece together Carthage's remarkable tales, from fortress atop Byrsa Hill to luxurious Roman villas, colossal bath complexes, intricate harbors, and mysterious sacrificial sites. Carthage sits on the north coast of modern-day Tunisia, right beside the city of Tunis, looking straight across the sea towards Sicily. A high hill holds the main fortress, homes spread down the slopes into the shore. 2 human-made harbors cut into the coastline, one long rectangular for merchants, one perfect circle for warships. A long aqueduct runs in from the hills to bring fresh water. Keep that scene in mind. We'll trace it on foot, step by step. Byrsa Hill. I'm standing right here on the Byrsa Hill. I'm walking on the Komnenos Road, which was the east-west. This was the ancient Punic city. It was founded in 9th century BC by the Phoenicians. And the legend says that the Queen Dido, when she fled Tyre, she settled here and she founded this city. And the views are just spectacular. In the Punic era, Byrsa Hill housed temples, workshops, and elite homes, all fortified by a massive wall. Under the Romans, Emperor Augustus flattened its summit to build a grand forum and capital. Today, Punic ruins, Roman remains, and the 19th century Cathedral of St. Louis offer breathtaking views and connect the past with the present. Antonius Pius Baths. Welcome to the Antonine Baths in Carthage. These baths were built around 145 AD and it was one of the highlight of the Roman lifestyle. Imagine relaxing in the sprawling 2nd century CE Roman baths, the largest in North Africa. Spread over 3.5 hectares, the complex boasted hot and cold pools, exercise yards, and grand column halls. The baths were basically a representation of the Roman influence on Carthage. The ingenious Hippocrates heating system reveals how Romans mastered comfort and grandeur like few others. Punic Naval Harbor. Carthage's naval prowess was legendary. Its circular war harbor could berth over 220 warships, each ready to defend its trade routes and punch back at Rome's dominance. This right behind me is a slipway for a Punic port. This military port, and it had around 200 vessels or 200 small ships that were parked in a circular way around this man-made bay and man-made harbor. Imagine sleek, deadly galleys packed into this hidden military gem, prepared to strike immediately. Nearby, a rectangular commercial harbor bustled with merchant vessels, cementing Carthage's status as a trading giant. Sanctuary of Tophet. One of the most haunting corners of Carthage, the Tophet, is a sacred precinct dedicated to gods Balhaemon and Tanit. Right now we are located at the Sanctuary of Tophet, which was linked with an ancient Carthaginian child sacrifice, but there is much debate going on in the archaeology if that is correct or not. Were those ritual sacrifices or symbolic burial for children who died young? What's certain is that Tophet offers a deeply personal look into Carthaginian spirituality, possibly even holding the resting place of the city's legendary founder, Queen Dido. Villa de Voliere. Fast forward to Carthage under Roman rule. and you'll find lavish estates like Villa de Voliere, built atop what used to be a Punic cemetery. Right now we are walking to the Villa de Voliere, which was a 2nd to 4th century villa of the Romans. It was one of the major places where the elite would live in Carthage, and it's overlooking the Mediterranean Sea right in front of us. Exotic bird motifs capture the Roman fascination with luxury, showing how Carthage identity evolved yet retained a touch of its Punic soul. Odeon and Theatre. The Roman-built theater could seat about 5,000 fans eager to watch drama, music, and religious festivals. Right below me is the Roman theater, and it looks like most of it has been a recent reconstruction because the parts of the theater did not survive, but from what I see, the theater has been built on a natural slope, so they didn't really have to carve in entire section. The smaller nearby Odeum hosted more intimate performances. This is a Roman Odeum, or a small theater. Had a half a circular shape, but from the state of this, it wasn't very well preserved here at Carthage. Together, they echo Carthage's journey from a defiant Punic stronghold to an integral part of the Roman cultural sphere. Amphitheater. Right now, we're walking onto the center of the amphitheater where the gladiators would come and they'd be ready to fight. Built in the 2nd century CE and capable of seating 50,000 spectators, Carthage Theater was a stage for gladiatorial combat, public punishment, and even grand naval reenactments. Right now, we're in a tunnel where the gladiators will be waiting and us holding in order to start fighting. It also holds a solemn place in Christian history, as martyrs like Saint Perpetua and Felicitas met their fate here. Though largely destroyed, its foundations still hum with the echoes of roaring crowds and clashing steel. La Malga Cisterns. Sustaining a bustling metropolis in a hot climate demanded ingenuity. La Malga Cisterns are 132-kilometer long aqueduct that brought fresh water from a distant Zauhang Springs. Standing right here at the La Malaga Cisterns, behind me there's a massive cistern where they would control all the water for the city, and above me is actually an aqueduct that would deliver the water into the city. With a capacity of 50,000 cubic meters, these cisterns kept the baths steaming and the fountains flowing, showcasing the logistical genius that kept the Carthage thriving. Carthage was an ancient marvel, from its fabled founding to its fierce rivalry with Rome, and eventually resurrection as a Roman metropolis. By the 2nd century CE, it was the Roman Empire's 3rd largest city, home to over 300,000 people. Though its final destruction came at the hands of the Arab armies in 692 CE, Carthage's legacy remains immortal, woven into the fabric of our global heritage.